Whew. Come here, Leroy. Leroy. Whew. Whew, Nelly. What's up, good people? Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. I hope you've all had a great Friday. Today has been crazy. Free agent frenzy is starting out early, it appears. There's been so much stuff that's been going on today. I'm glad that I was here because Lord knows this stuff was just coming hot and heavy, and it's still coming within the last few hours. I just got finished my live stream. Somebody had said that the Cowboys had restructured Michael Gallup's contract, and I think that's a little premature. We've seen some of the sports writers say that he is a possible candidate to do that. What I will say is this: the Cowboys now have breathing room that they can at least try and re-sign their own players by the restructuring of Zach Martin and Dak Prescott. If we do see the Cowboys restructure Michael Gallup, knowing that they're trying to either cut Zeke or get a new contract, knowing that they're trying to work out a better deal with Tyron Smith, if you start seeing them trying to get all this capital, it's more capital than what they're going to need to sign their own players. I want to say that last year, I think we had gotten up to about $23 million worth of cap space. At the moment, we're sitting at 14.7. If they do Michael Gallup's, we're basically the same spot we were last year, not signing any big names, basically signing all of our own guys and bargain basement guys. If they go through and get Tyron Smith and say get, $8 million there, if they get another $10 million from Zeke Elliott, if they cut a Jordan Lewis, now you're looking somewhere in the range of like $50 million. That would say that the Cowboys are actually trying to do some things differently, trying to get some more players. And there are players that are out there. We saw Odell Beckham Jr., who he looks thick. He looks like he's got some muscle on him right now, working out for 12 teams. 12 teams were there. The Cowboys weren't one of them, that they say they're not out on him. But now you've got guys who are 32, like Adam Thielen, that are out there. And this is the thing with, the veterans. You start getting to be older, you start getting to be more expensive, and teams look and say, we need cap relief, and so that's where guys like Adam Thielen are released. Adam Thielen last year had 70 receptions for almost 800 yards. Adam Thielen has been a very productive receiver for many, many years. And I might say that Adam Thielen might be a better bet, knowing that he did not get injured last year, than Odell. And unlike if you go for, say, DeAndre Hopkins, you're going to have to, of course, give up some draft capital. Now, I was having some fun with my live stream tonight doing my Jerry Jones speak. But here's the thing. Just imagine, if you will, okay? Imagine if the Cowboys, we're losing Van Der Esch because he can get paid elsewhere. Let's say that Dan Quinn can use his influence to bring a guy like Bobby Wagner here. They can say, Bobby, we're trying to go all in and win a Super Bowl. This would be a great way to go out, with the Cowboys and things and all that, us together and stuff. Let's say you could bring in a Bobby Wagner. That's an upgrade at linebacker. You get a guy like Damone Clark who's out there and everything else that can do some things. You've got a great run support stopping linebacker. And let's say you do bring back Donovan Wilson, which is a great safety. Now you are better on the defense in stopping the run. And let's say you go ahead, bring back Hankins, but also get another big defensive lineman to help plug the middle. You do that, that's going to make it that much better for Micah Parsons and for D-Law. Now you have a lights-out defense. Let's say you get real crazy and say, we're pushing the chips all in, and you make a trade, and you end up bringing in Ramsey. You put Ramsey opposite Diggs with Bobby Wagner in the middle, that's one hell of a defense there, guys. That would be one hell of a defense. That would be a Super Bowl caliber defense. And let's say you sign an Adam Thielen to go opposite CeeDee Lamb, and Michael Gallup gets back healthy, and you can work out a deal. Come here. Come here. Where are you going? And let's say you can work out a deal where you get Zeke Elliott for $6 or $7 million. And he can do the short yardage. He can take care of Dak Prescott's back and all that. Your offense is a lot better. A hell of a lot better. And it's not, come here. Come here. Come on. What you doing? Babysitting for my daughter. Leroy does not get along real good. I'm sorry. I keep calling you Leroy. Leroy, yeah, it is Leroy. Leroy and the other dog don't get along too well. They kind of fight a little bit, so we have to kind of keep them apart. You make those moves, you've got one hell of a team. And you have a chance to go ahead and challenge for Super Bowl. Now, whether or not Jerry Jones will do that, I don't know. I have no idea. But you look at this and say, you're not that far away. A couple of key players, a couple of stars that you know can get you over the hump is what the Cowboys need. And I'm hoping and praying that this year, the Cowboys are doing things differently than they have. It feels like that. A couple of things that I have not heard. I have not heard Stephen Jones saying, we believe in our guys, you know, we believe in our, okay, I haven't heard that. I haven't heard that we can't afford the punter, okay, you know, and things. I've heard them actually say, we want to get some more pieces here. Maybe they finally turned the corner and recognize that our own guys just aren't enough. You got to draft well, and you got to mix in here with some great free agents. And I played the interview I had with Jimmy Johnson. And when you hear Jimmy Johnson, it wasn't all about first-round draft picks and everything else that they did. They did a lot of trades. They brought in free agents like Dion and Charles Haley. They kept constantly turning the roster over. I think it was 57 different trades that they made until they found the best guys that they could to plug in there and became a juggernaut. And somehow we've lost our way of doing that we've been too conservative and believing all we got to do is just draft guys. It's not the way to do it. But I'm hopeful. I'm really, really hopeful that we're going to get this thing together. So there is more news on Michael Irvin, the allegations. The Marriott is saying that there was unwelcome sexual advances by Michael Irvin, that he was trying to proposition her. The attorneys for Michael Irvin said that's hogwash and bullcrap, and the judge laid into Marriott. He literally gave a scathing answers to Marriott and basically said, I'm not used to being not followed by my direction. And he basically put them on notice. They were supposed to turn the tape over to Michael Irvin's people, unredacted, with no caveats on what they could and could not show. So I believe Michael Irvin's attorney said that the tape, they will be showing it next week. So right now, we'll see where this goes. And I would not be surprised if this case, which seems to be in the Rocket Court, is up for trial sooner than later. In the meantime, let me say I appreciate each and every one of you guys, as well as you ladies, and we'll keep bringing you news to you. I'm Mark Holmes, and well, remember, tell the people you love them. You might not get the chance again. And I love you guys. And God willing, I'll see you tomorrow.